Hey guys, Wednesday design video. Pardon the band-aid, I got attacked by the Thanksgiving gods because I was pulling out the Christmas tree too early. So talking about a house that is a cottagey kind of contemporary thing and which way to take it, and the windows end up being a big thing. Let me know what you guys think. Did we improve the house? Going back with a more nostalgic 1920s look. I like it better. Let me know what you guys think. Okay guys, I want to show you a picture of a house and a picture of an idea that I continue to get as I do these consulting videos. And here's one that literally this inspiration picture came from two different clients, two different parts of the country. And you know, here's another one, here's another one. And what you're seeing consistently is this kind of this swoop detail, this arch, and then the open light windows. You know, big windows are kind of a big part of that. What's going on here? Why is everybody attracted to this look? Because this project kind of had the same kind of ideal going on, where that same kind of sweep, that inspiration, these are garages that you pull into, and this is a popular look. Now, they also came to me and said, kind of where we need to fix it. And so what I'm seeing, okay, is look how big these windows are. Big window, big window, big window. This is the garage, and they've highlighted this huge window here in the garage. This is a secondary storage space. They got dormers on either side. Just, it's too much. And so, you know, I'm always talking about a story and a narrative. And so what I came up with was kind of this idea here, where I'm keeping this window in this important area. I'm simplifying this window, and I'm actually taking out this window. I'm making this window much more of a garage. And I'm playing around with this dormer too, changing the way it's put together so that I don't have three, I have kind of more this 20s look. Now what I'm doing is I am, you know, playing with this dial, because you can have this house, and there's a couple ways to do it. In my mind, this house is a 1920s period revival house. It looks like a little English cottage, and this kind of sweep was very popular in that time period. And so it's a little bit nostalgic to put that in there. It's storybook, it's a little bit romantic, but they've also playing around with, because of the materials they're using in here, because of that white stucco or the white painted brick or whatever they're doing, it also has like the contemporary look. And remember, the whole white painted boxes were so popular there for a while with the browns and the grays and everything else. And this is still playing on that, but people like that simplicity and people like that story. And so there's two ways you can take this. You can take this in this direction here and it'd be very contemporary, and you end up with something like this. This to me is a dated look. This to me is something that is going to look very kind of Bobby McAlpine kind of looking thing, you know, with sweeping dormers and things like that. And I think the opportunity to be timeless is the opportunity. And I think that is the role I'm trying to take with things. So what I've done is I have taken this garage and I've clipped the gable end, okay, so that it is subordinate to the maybe the main part of the house. Because of this is the floor plan, this comes out at you, and there's a 2-car garage back there, and I wanted to simplify that. I wanted this to communicate that this is a secondary building, or this is a subordinate building to this, because in this view, you know, this is the living room. I mean, if I'm looking from the outside, I think this portion of the house is the most important part of the house, but if we saw it in 3D, we'd see that this is the garage, and I think that's a disconnect. So what I'm doing is I'm introducing period 1920 things into this design with leaded glass windows, with smaller dormers, and I'm really letting the window and glass size communicate kind of what this is trying to be. You can see that the dormer there is very big. I've actually shrunk it down quite a bit. I've got Wayne edge siding there. I put timbers over top of these windows. There kind of wasn't that, and so I'm cottaging it a little bit. I've got a plank style door in there. I've played around with these Tudor arches instead of those arches. I've got a Tudor arch in there. All subtle little things that I think make a big difference. I've also, you'll see that these roof lines come down and just are very sharp and angular, and I've tried to put a little bit of life into them with this stone detail or this shingle detail, which kicks them out. It enlivens the roof a little bit. I did this kind of colorized version of this thing to kind of capture the flair and the story and the essence of what I'm trying to, the direction I'm wanting them to go. Now, I showed this to them and they loved it, so I was really happy that I kind of read the room right. Giving it a more cottage feel, I think, makes it more timeless, makes it more charming. And by introducing more old world things like the timbers over the windows, the Tudor arches to really give it that clear Tudor design, by establishing a hierarchy of window sizes. This is the main room. This is a hall. In this other design, you know, that's a hallway. Why are we elevating that window? Why are all these three windows the same size? And then little things, just like the way this window's oriented with those lights in the bottom. Historically, you'd have the transom on the top. And so these windows have transoms above. There's no lower light window. Those are all small clues that are going to communicate a story, communicate design. I played around with brick. I played around with the stone. So anyway, there's different materials that you can play around with, but all of these things that we're putting into the house, they all communicate. And unfortunately, I like this. And I said that to them when they said it. I said, it's charming. I mean, compared to some of the stuff that I'm looking at, some of the stuff I'm doing, this is a nice house. Now, it's going to look like it was built in 2020, right? It's going to look like that whole look that's so popular right now. And this, to me, is more timeless when it's executed, because purposefully you are making decisions that ground it in a particular time in a particular place. And I think that's what makes for a charming, timeless house. Okay guys, did we improve it? Taking it away from that contemporary look, changing the windows, letting the windows really speak and tell a story, introducing architectural traditions that are part of the 20s, I think lands that house in a more timeless point than a lot of these houses that I think are going to be, oh yeah, they did that 10 years ago. Oh yeah, they did that. That's going to be very recognizable and very dated. So the goal was to really kind of make this timeless. Let me know what you guys think. I'm Brent Hull. Thanks for watching.